If you're a disorganized person like me and just don't have time to meal prep every single week, this video is for you because these breakfasts can be done in 15 minutes right before you head off to work, prepped and ready to go. Don't worry, being a type B personality is not a bad thing when you have these recipes. So I actually love making this porridge when I'm in a rush because it tastes really good and it fills me up until lunchtime. What more can you want? So I love porridge. I am the queen of porridge. I don't understand why you get so much hate because I just don't think it's boring if you know what to do with it. And one of the things that I do, if I can find it, I love to add in quinoa, to my porridge. These packets are a godsend and it just reduces the cook time if you were to use normal quinoa. You can definitely get some from Aldi or Lidl, which cost £1, if not less. So you definitely want to keep in the cupboard. I love quinoa because it's high in protein. It complements oats really well. I like to use half a pack, maybe less, because we're gonna be adding oats to it. My oats. I love rolled oats. You have to be careful with it though. Sometimes some types of oats have added sugar. You want plain rolled oats. Oh, I love these. So I'm gonna add these in. To be fair, I do it by eye. 25 grams is enough because we've got the quinoa anyway. So I always find that breakfast is where I can have a lot of sugar if I'm not careful. So to control my sugar intake and to make sure I'm getting more of the good stuff like fruit, I like to add in a banana. I know most people aren't keen on it, but I'm like, why? It tastes sweet, it's got a nice flavour, and by the time you finish with this, you don't really taste that much of the banana. It just makes it sweeter without needing to add in honey or actual sugar. And I know you're probably thinking what, honey? Honey's good. And I had this debate with someone not long ago, and I would say honey is good, but you still need to treat it like sugar. Its composition is mostly sugar. I read somewhere that if you have honey, it still spikes your blood sugar levels. It can still make you feel, if you have too much of it, it can still make you crash and feel bad throughout the day. But arguably, it does contain some of the good stuff like pollen, which is good for hay fever sufferers. I feel like it's all about balance, but for me, I do watch my honey intake and just treat it like sugar, to be honest. I usually just have a teaspoon of it in my tea, but I try not to add it in things. I would prefer to use bananas or dates and whatnot. So I've added in my banana and then I'm going to mash it directly into the pot because we don't have time to be washing up. I want this to be quick. So I'm just going to quickly mash this. I don't want to waste a single drop, I like using this because it's just quicker. Okay, it's all mashed up. And I like to use skimmed milk in my porridges because I add quite a lot of sweet toppings to it anyway, which make it taste good. That's why you top your porridge with lots of delicious things so you don't really notice the difference. This is coming from someone who loves sweet and unhealthy things, so trust me on this. And yeah, I got this one from Sainsbury's, which is quite good value for money. So I just like to pour in my milk and then I need a spoon, give it a stir. And I'm being quite old-fashioned with this. I feel like you can definitely do this in the microwave, but I don't know, I just like doing this in the pot and it's still quite quick. Just going to turn it on now. It'll literally come together. I hate this stove. You have to do it a particular way. There we go. Comes together 10 minutes. So got this on the stove, and usually in the mornings, well, this is quite naughty, but I quickly run and brush my teeth and get ready for work and have it on low, and then I just keep checking on this. But it comes together so quickly, and if you want it really thick or really runny, just add as little or as much milk. Whilst that's on the hob, let's deal with our toppings. The toppings are honestly quite quick. I'm just going to chuck this away. I hate the cleanup, so I'm just going to do it as I go. Now for our toppings, I like to use frozen fruit because it's cheaper than fresh, tastes really good still, and again it gives you that sweetness without it being bad. It's naturally occurring sugars, it's fine. I'm really on a strawberry sort of shortcake sort of vibe with this porridge. You can honestly change it up depending on how you feel. If you've got frozen blueberries, berries, you can use that, but I'm loving my frozen strawberries at the moment, so I've been using this one. Got this from Sainsbury's and it's packed full of strawberries, which is great. So I just get a bowl. The only downside, obviously, to this is that washing up the bowl, I just shove it in the dishwasher. You only need a few. This is plenty enough. And then I like to just add in like a teaspoon of chia seeds. Chia seeds are just so good for keeping you fuller for longer. You can get them pretty cheap online. Like, I don't buy my chia seeds from the supermarkets, it's just too expensive. You can buy it in smaller quantities from Aldi and Lidl. They're pretty good value for money, but yeah, I would say getting them online is a good shout. Chia seeds are pretty good because they contain a special type of fibre which dissolves in the fluids in your body, and it forms into like a gel. Like, you can even see it when you add it to your oats and other things. It always makes anything that's fluid thick and viscous, and that's what keeps you fuller for longer. And it sort of just lines your gut. And apparently, from my research, I'm not a medical expert, I'm just going by what I've read, that's the good stuff. Like, it keeps you fuller for longer and slows down your digestion. So yeah, I love chia seeds. And to be honest, I do notice, like, when I have this breakfast that I don't snack as much throughout the day. I don't feel hungry. It gets to 1, 2 o'clock and then I feel hungry. You don't want to get to 11 a.m. and starving hungry, because yeah, I've definitely been in that position. Not fun. I forgot to do this on this occasion, but I would put some of this at the bottom of the bowl before I pour my porridge over it. Actually makes quite a nice little like extra treat, but I'll just dump it all on top. My shortcake is coming together. That literally only took me 10 minutes to do. This is perfect to make if you haven't planned ahead. I haven't really got that much in the fridge because most of it are store cupboard or frozen ingredients. And the finisher, the absolute winner, is the Greek yogurt. I have fallen in love with this Greek yogurt. Let me show you. My last one, this yogurt. I was very skeptical about the price. It's expensive, but my God, it tastes good. I would say though that Aldi and Lidl do have their own dupe versions, which also taste good. Definitely try out the Aldi or Lidl version of this and see, because I've not actually compared and contrasted. What do you think? Like, do you think this is as good as or better? Or actually be intrigued to know your thoughts. Let me show you how I put this together. I made too much, so I'm actually going to save this for my next one, which will come in handy. And it keeps quite well in the fridge too. I love the fact this is from frozen fruit, because you know when you see online people use fresh fruit, just think, how much did that cost you? Like, fresh fruit is just obscenely expensive right now, and like using it this way, you're still getting what you need. It tastes good, and you're not forking out a lot of money for it, because my God, in this economy, it's, yeah, you need to be really mindful about what you spend. I'm gonna have this now because I am starving. It's been a busy day for me. I've been to the gym and I was actually just filming another YouTube video. So I'm gonna have this for my brekkie before I start the next ones. But this is my absolute fave. Like, I make this all the time before I go to work, on the weekends, when I just want to sort of settle down to a YouTube video and have a, I don't know, like a nourishing but still tasty breakfast. This is the one, and it comes together in 15 minutes. So it's a good, quick breakfast to make just before you go to work. Oh my God, I ate that so quick. I haven't got any like leftovers, but that was great. I always forget about my sound. Oh, okay, that's better. So I'm connected. So this second one is really high in protein and fibre, and it comes together in less than 15 minutes. I make this quite a lot as well, just before I go to work. But you just need a frying pan, and again, a banana. And I love granola. Like, I can snack on it all day, but the ones that you get in the supermarket are just full of sugar. And it typically takes a really long time to make. Like, you need to bake it, go through the rigmarole, it's long. But with this, you get the best of both worlds, which I love. So if I can open these bananas, what I do to make things, yeah, just quicker and easier, I just mash the banana directly into the frying pan. And then, yeah, just like crack in your egg. I want to give a little bit of flavouring to it. In fact, I might wait for that. Sometimes I feel that when you cook it, the vanilla flavour like just sort of dissipates. I think because it's alcohol based, it just cooks off, so I'll add that in later. And then I like to add my trusty oats. And I promise you, you will not taste the egg in this, because when I first made this recipe, I was a bit resistant because I just thought, oh, I don't want to be tasting egg in my granola. So I left it out. I actually have a recipe without egg on my channel if you want to sort of check that out if you can't have egg. You do not taste the egg at all, and you can just get in extra protein, which is great. I've got these jars, and what I do before work is, before I run out the door, I just put everything in here and it's good to grab and go. I can heat it up in the office, it doesn't spill, it's leak proof, which is key, and they're just so useful. You know when you go into a cafe and you see like a really nice sort of granola pot and it's like £7? That's what we're doing here, but cheaper and so much more healthier. So as the base, I'm gonna add in like my fruit compote. I've got this from earlier, so I'm just gonna add that into one of them. Oh, I think it's gone a bit too thick. And then I'm gonna add in cherries, blueberries, strawberries. I don't know. I think for one, strawberries and the other blueberries. I think that's quite a good mix. What do you think? Do not forget this. I have done this so many times, but it's always best to like check on it and just like break it up. It sort of turns into a pancake. You just wanna just break it all up, scrape it all off the bottom. And be mine for that one and for that one. Chia seeds for good luck. This is when I sort of wish that I had a TV in the kitchen so I can just watch stuff as I prepare. I guess I can bring in my laptop, but it's not the same. You know when you watch like old 90s movies, like Home Alone, and you see them all in the kitchen watching TV? I wish I sort of had that. Something that I aspire to be honest. But yeah, I should just content with a laptop, you know. Here's to dreaming. So just put these in the microwave and they'll become nice and, I guess, juicy. So I'll put them in now. Of course, my secret weapon, Greek yogurt. So I just scoop it into here on top of the sort of compote, because the good thing about the chia seeds, it sort of makes the compote really thick, so it doesn't mix together easily, which is what you want. If you eat by your eyes, the layers look quite nice, so I just dump the yogurt on top and spread it out. And that's pretty much it. You just bang on your granola, which is ready now, on top of this, and you can just take it into work. It's so easy. I even sometimes meal prep this if I've got a lot more time, but the fact it comes together so quickly, you can make this so last minute, like on a Sunday, before work, or even on the day of, I made this and been able to get into work on time. So yeah, I really like this recipe for this reason. It's quick and it's still high in fibre, healthy, and it's got everything that you need. It's been all over my socials, in the news as well. The TV show All Is Fair, Kim Kardashian. Have you seen the reviews? Oh my goodness. That woman can't catch a break. For whatever she does, like she's hated and vilified. I can't pronounce my words. I don't know, demonized in the press. But apparently it's meant to be quite bad, like really, really bad. But I sort of want to watch it now because they say it's bad. The Times like gave it 0 stars, and I think so did The Guardian, which made me laugh so much. I need to watch it. But the thing is, I don't have Disney as a subscription, and I don't really want to fork out for it either. Like I did used to have it, and I'm trying to cut down on costs, and I already have Prime, and I've got, I think, Apple TV. I don't really want to sign up to a new one. I don't have Netflix either. I used to, you know what, Netflix, it used to be good, like, I don't know, it got a bit pricey, so I unsubscribed. So I've got a new rule, oh dear, I've got a new rule now that I only have 2 subscriptions. It gets a bit too much, doesn't it? Like, and then on top, I'm just going to add in, I've got lots of compote. I always do it slightly a bit off. Oh well. Oh, this is so good. This is so nice. And you cannot taste the egg at all. I love these little pots. They don't leak. So easy. And voila, it's ready. And I use this when I go into work. Pop it in. Done. Awesome work. But yeah, I really rate this recipe for that reason. Oh, literally. So I'm putting this on. My sound, I always struggle with this on this channel because I don't actually use like a proper camera. I just use my phone to film. So I do need to invest in one. But for now, I just use my phone, and I need to always have my sound really on to make sure that you can hear me. But it's a pain. It's like, oh. But anyway, I've only been in the kitchen for half an hour, which is pretty good. It usually takes me longer to film these, which goes to show how quick it is to make. But the last one I'm going to make is actually my favourite. Like, I don't make this a lot because it's got caffeine in it, and caffeine doesn't really agree with me if I have it in large quantities, but it does taste really good and it's really easy to make. And even though it's got caffeine and cacao in it, so it's got that chocolate flavour, it has no added sugars other than the fruit that I add to it. So it's a good one to have on a Friday if you want to treat yourself. You just need a little bit of a pick me up. So for that, I like to add in like frozen cherries for that, you know, dark forest theme. Just grab those. Nearly finished this. Oh, 5-second rule. And for this one, you don't need to put this in the microwave if you're able to meal prep it the night before. It will just defrost. But because we want to do this quickly, let's put this in the microwave for a minute. So whilst that's in there, I'm going to do like the tiramisu sort of main bit. And again, like I like to use a banana to make it sweet. I am a banana addict. Like I just don't get why people don't like them. I guess it's a pretty strong taste, but I often don't taste it. Maybe it's the other ingredients that I use in my recipes, but I don't taste it yet. It gives the recipe the sweetness that I want. So yeah, I am like very much with bananas. And plus I read somewhere that everyone's on about magnesium now. I feel like bananas are quite high in magnesium, so it's a good one to have in your diet. That was less than a minute. Nice and defrosted. And then on top again, I'm going to add in my chia seeds. I think I'm noticing a little bit of theme here in my recipes. I might do some savoury ones. So I'm thinking that I just love sweet things, but if you want some savoury ideas, try it. I'm willing to mix it up. I am a sweet tooth girl, but I am willing to try something a bit different. So I'm just gonna let that sort of sit, and it'll thicken up into a really nice sort of like dark cherry compote. And with this, and with my others as well, I don't add any like honey or sugar to it because it's already, for me, quite sweet, which is great. You don't want to be adding anything more than you have to. And you get all your sweeteners naturally, like from the fruit. All nice and mashed. Ready for our tiramisu. Now for the chocolate, I really like this cocoa powder because it has no added sugar to it. Yeah, it still gives it a nice, like, this decadent chocolate. I don't know, can't describe it. Not very good at descriptive words. If I can find it, where is it? Because I've been using it a lot. Oh, this cocoa powder is so good. I think I got it from Lidl or Aldi, I'm not sure, but in fact it's got 0 grams of sugar, 0 grams of salt, and only 1 gram of fat per teaspoon is pretty good. So I like to add in like 2 or 3 teaspoons, and it's enough. Like it's packs quite a punch. I only use half because, to be honest, I'm not really good when it comes to caffeine, but this tastes really nice that I can't really stop myself from making it. Oh, that smells so nice. It's like chocolate, honestly. It's so nice. Then add in my oats. I'm coming to the end of the pack now, so it's a bit dusty, and then I'm going to add a little bit of milk. Mix it all in. I like to do it this way because you can mix the ingredients like easier. I tried to do it once like in the jar and it just didn't go well. And of course you need to have a little taste test before you add it to the jar. You need to know what we're working with. That tastes so good. I could eat this all now. As a finishing touch, cacao nibs. I love these. I was introduced to them by God, I can't remember actually. Preppy Kitchen. He's a baker on YouTube, and he used it in his cakes. And I was like, what the hell are cacao nibs? And I did a little bit of research, and they're actually quite good for you. They're not like, normal sort of chocolate drops or like chocolate buttons. They're like a healthier alternative. They're essentially just the dried skin of like the cacao, which covers the actual cocoa bean. So yeah, I like to sort of sprinkle them in things for crunch, and it gives things like that chocolate flavour without any of the like added sugar. I love it. Let's grab it. I'm gonna add my tiramisu, try and ladle it in without making any mess, which I know I'll drop some on the table. Oh. I always make a mess. There we go. Like that. My gorgeous girls.